Evening, everyone. We would like to welcome world number one in 2025 CJ Cup Byron Nelson winner, Scottie Scheffler. Scottie just captured your 14th PGA Tour victory, first of the season, and here at the Byron Nelson, where you made your PGA Tour debut. What does it feel like?
It's pretty special. This tournament means a lot to me. I grew up coming here to watch, and it's very special to have won this tournament. And I don't really know how to describe the feeling other than it's really fun to be able to play here in my hometown and in front of the hometown fans. And it was a really fun week, a really special week, and I definitely enjoyed it.
A historic wire-to-wire win, entered the final round with an 8-shot lead. Tell me about thoughts coming into the final round and pushing.
Yeah, I mean, this is a golf course where you can kind of make a run, and I knew that I couldn't just coast to the finish line today. I knew I had to put together a good round, and if, let's say I played super safe today and shot even par, Eric would have chased me down out there. So I knew I had to get out and make some birdies, and did a good job of that on the front nine, and was able to play some consistent golf. I made the mistake on 3, but responded really well with a bunch of birdies after that, and altogether a good week.
Same routine as always. If you guys have a question, raise your hand, and we will get a microphone over to you. We'll bring one up here in the front row.
Scottie, in your speech out there, you, in the middle of addressing the fans, you got choked up, and I was just kind of wondering, what was it that entered your head that caused you to have those feelings?
Well, when I think about this tournament, I think about a lot of different stuff. I mean, I grew up coming to watch it. This was my first start on the PGA Tour when I was in high school. The girl I was dating at the time is now my wife. We have one son. My sister was caddying for me at the time. She was here today. She has 2 kids. My family was all able to be here, and it was just really, really special memories. And I think sometimes it all kind of comes crashing down on me at once. And we have a lot of great memories as kids coming to watch this tournament. And I just dreamed of being able to play in it, and it's even more of a treat to be able to win it. I never really got this far, to be honest with you. I always just dreamed of playing golf on the PGA Tour. I would come out and sit on the driving range, and I would watch these guys practice, hitting their brand new range balls, and that's what I wanted to do. Was come out here and hit balls and play a golf course that was in great shape, and compete on the best golf courses in the world against the best players. And it really is a lifetime of hard work and sacrifice from a lot of the people that I have around me, and my family is obviously the starter for that. And I guess when my family's here, I always tend to get a bit emotional.
Just pass the microphone along to Skyler.
Scottie, pardon me if I didn't dig this up in research, but in 2010, you're 13. Were you here when Jordan sort of did his thing as a 16-year-old or not? Do you remember?
I'm sure I was here. I would always like to come to the tournament and watch. I would come to this tournament. I would typically try to go to Colonial a bit as well, but Colonial was a little further away for us, so I didn't. Sometimes after coming to the Byron, I would get the little golf bug watching itch out, and I would just want to go out and practice. I think when you come here as a kid and you see the guys hit balls on the driving range and see what they do on the golf course, and they were all so talented. I just wanted to be like them, and so I think after coming to this tournament for a couple of days, I would probably be hardcore practicing the next week or 2.
Is there a favorite memory that stands out as a kid?
Favorite memory? No, I'm not really sure. I have difficulty remembering specific instances, but I definitely remember coming out and sitting on the driving range a lot. I always used to like to try to go to the driving range because that's where you could watch the most golf. I always like to try to come to practice rounds too, because there would be nobody out here, and it was always a lot more relaxed, and you could see guys hit all kinds of shots. And I think really the lasting memory I have from when I was a kid was just being able to play in the tournament and what it meant to me at the time. And it really kind of inspired me to come out here and try and do this for a living even more. I grew up watching guys that played on the PGA Tour at Royal Oaks, and was inspired by them, and then coming out here and being able to play in this tournament, that really fired me up to try and make it out here and do this for a living.
I'll jump in one more. Are you going to give Jordan grief about winning this tournament before he did, or are you going to go easy on him?
I think I'll take it easy on him.
Yeah, Scottie, did you see Tiger play out here? Did you ever come out here and watch Tiger play at the Nelson?
I'm not really sure. I did come out and watch, I think, in the years in which he was here, but I don't have specific memories of watching him.
Tour players are always on to the next, and because it's an ongoing thing. But you're not playing next week. You're at home. Just wondering what you had in mind for celebration. Go over to Royal Oaks with the hamburger guys, or what do you got planned for celebration?
That's a good question. I have no idea what we're going to do to celebrate, but I do know we'll eat some good food hopefully tonight, and we'll probably get pushed into Bennett's bedtime a little bit, but we'll see. We'll definitely do something to celebrate. Being here at home is pretty nice, and a lot of times when you finish a tournament, I got to try to catch a flight home, and so it's really nice to be able to hop in the car and be in our own bed tonight.
Okay, I'll ask one more. Last year, Rory talked about how you inspired him and seeing what you did, and that really kind of boosted them. Now Rory is one of the players, what you did, in the Masters, what you did. Has Rory inspired you this year?
I think anytime somebody's beaten any of us out here, I think we're all, I guess you could say inspired, but I think we're all fired up to try and come out here and compete. And I think that's what's great about our game is week in, week out, we get an opportunity to compete. And, this week I was the best player. Next week I have off, and then we'll see who the best players at the PGA. And, Rory's been playing some tremendous golf this year. And, the career Grand Slam, it's was really special to be able to watch. I was glad to be able to be there for it. And I think anytime you're getting beat, you're always fired up just a little bit extra to go out and practice. And, I feel like my game is trending in a good direction, and I'm excited to start the rest of the season.
Sticking on the right.
Yes, Scottie, I wanted to ask you. I was out watching you today from a distance because the crowds were huge, and I was just blown away by your golf. And it was kind of a strange week. You had like a 10-hour round on Friday, and then you played in the dark last night. And is it just describe what it's like to be playing so well and ahead, and how you stay in the moment? And did you finally let your mind wander a little bit on the last couple of holes?
Maybe on the last couple of holes. This is a golf course where there is some trouble. There's water coming down the stretch, and with the heavy rough, you can make some mistakes, and there's always birdie opportunities as well. And so I never really felt like my lead was too comfortable. I just tried to keep pushing, hitting good shots. And really, I felt like in 22 at the Masters, I would say I lost focus on the 18th green and four-putted. And so if I was to start looking around and looking at the crowd and doing all the different things out there on the golf course, I'd probably start hitting shots offline and start screwing it up and doing silly things out there. And so I did my best to stay focused. I kept being committed to each shot and, trying to shoot the best score I could today. And, maybe on 17, 18, I think maybe the frustration from making bogey on 17 was almost more like going down 18, I'll try to, soak this in a little bit more. But at the end of the day, I was just trying to be committed out there. It was a lot of fun for me to be able to play in front of a home crowd, and it was a really special week.
We have Hogo on the left to be translating or just asking yourself.
This is a unique trophy that the Korean letters on the trophy, and then they will actually change the gold letters to your name. That's the champion's name. How do you feel about this trophy, and then you will have the name with the other champions?
Yeah, I think it's a really cool trophy. I'm proud to be on this as well. I'm definitely going to have Siwoo teach me a little bit of Korean in order for me to learn how to read it. But, like I said out there, I'm really thankful for CJ's support of this event. This event means a lot to me. It means a lot to our community. And CJ has done a great job sponsoring this event and being a great partner for the Salesmanship Club here. And we're really thankful for their support of this event and the PGA Tour.
And I heard from the chef at the Friday, you ate 2 meals at the Thursday when you were waiting long. And then he called the chef and then gave them the autograph. How come you do that for your express your thanks for a chef or something?
Well, the food was really good. I did have a few plates on Friday. Thanks for letting everybody know that. It was a long rain delay, I will say that. But no, the food was really good. I saw there was like 20-something chefs out there just cooking a bunch of food, and they were working really hard this week, and a few of them came out and asked me to sign an autograph, and I'm not going to turn down someone who's been serving me free food all week, that's for sure. And especially food that was that good. So it was, had a lot of Korean food this week, but it was all really good. Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of that short rib, and then some vegetables. They had some good, grilled chicken, and then I had the spicy chicken, which was some fried chicken. I had probably a bit too much of that this week, but it was pretty good.
We're going to finish with our final set of two, Mark, and then front row.
Hey, Scottie, we talked to Eric earlier when he finished, and he said that when you hold that putt on 9, he just kind of shook his head because he was in there close. Did you guys exchange looks at that point?
I do remember walking off the green, towards my bag, and he was kind of just, standing there, and I could, feel him looking at me, and I kind of just looked up and smiled at him, and he just smiled back. I knew he was going to come out and have a good day. He's a really good player. He's an extremely hard worker. I mean, even when we sat down in scoring, I think he saw the way I hit the bunker shot on 18. I think he liked something about it because he asked me, he goes, "Hey, what club do you use?" And he's always trying to get better, and he works really hard. And he's a good buddy of mine. I played a lot with him when I first came out here on tour, and he's a super nice guy. And he had a really good front 9, and it was going to take something special for him today in order to catch me. And I think he did his best to put up a special round. I just played really well as well, and his game's in a good spot, and I think this definitely won't be the last time you see him up on a leaderboard this year.
Does it irritate you at all that he pipped you by a shot over the weekend?
Didn't know that.
Doesn't sound like it does. And I wanted to ask you about the shot at 17, the chip shot. What was your reaction when that happened?
Ooh, the first or the second?
The first one.
First one.
And the second one. You can talk about that too.
No, I had a really weird lie in there, and I was trying to play a little low shot. I thought it was going to come with a 56 degree. I thought it was going to come out clean, even through the weird lie, and it just didn't. That was about it.
And we'll take final question.
For the top players in the world, the timing of this tournament doesn't come at a great time. You have a big event next week, and then the PGA. And so it takes it is your hometown tournament, but it takes quite a commitment for you to play it. And I just wonder if you're cognizant of the fact that you played it, and now the number 1 player in the world has won this tournament, how it raises the stature of this tournament at a really critical time for the tournament.
Well, when I think about this tournament, I think about Mr. Nelson. I think about what he did for the game of golf, and he was a man of faith, and he was a great person as well off the golf course. And he's a person that I've read a lot about. I had the opportunity to meet him a few times when I was a kid, and I know a lot about him. And he was a tremendous player and a tremendous person, and so we look up to him in a variety of ways. And I'm proud to be here supporting his tournament and his legacy. We have some great legacy tournaments on the PGA Tour, and I believe that Mr. Nelson also did a lot for the PGA Tour, and for his tournament to have a lasting legacy here, not only in Dallas but on the PGA Tour as well, I think is really important. And when I grew up wanting to play in this tournament, I never really dreamed of being the number 1 player in the world. I never really thought about that stuff, but I hope it does well for the tournament. I was proud to be able to support it this year, and I mean it's a tough time of year overall. When you get into the heart of the season, there's major championships and the signature events. It's a busy time, and you kind of have to pick and choose your schedule. And I would love to play every week out here on tour. I mean, we have so many great tournaments. It's just you have to pick and choose. And this was a tournament this year that I really wanted to be a part of. And I'm going to take next week off and get some rest and get ready for the PGA Championship.
That's all the questions we have. Scottie, again, congrats on your wire-to-wire victory. Thank you. You're good to stay.